Hey, don't scroll to the next video because some ugly guy just popped up on your social media feed. But I have a question. Have you ever watched a stand-up comedian that made you laugh out loud to the point where you're like, oh my god, this guy's hilarious. My stomach hurts. Well, I can guarantee you, I didn't make that happen for you. But I've been performing stand-up comedy for 7 years, and I've seen a lot of bad comedy and a lot of good comedy. Me, I'm not overrated, I'm not underrated, I'm just rated. But as someone who's done a lot of open mics and shows on the road, I've seen a lot. But some of my fondest memories happen before shows and after the shows. But let's talk about movies. So as for movies, people respect the heart and the willpower of an individual. But people love and are glued and attracted to the guy who has screwed up his life and has to rebuild and reinvent himself. And I feel like I actually accomplished that through a stand-up comedian movie that I just got done writing. So I've written 2 movies. One was a boxing movie. One is a stand-up comedian movie, which is a hilarious emotional drama. But you're probably wondering, well, you're not wondering, but I'm just feeding these words to you. Oh, what could it be that this guy in this stand-up comedian movie says at his first open mic trying stand-up comedy for the first time? And I'm not going to read the script to you, that scene. I want to share with you the real true story that actually inspired me to do stand-up comedy. And the story is not about me, just throwing that out there, not about me, but this story is so damn funny, but had to be there, funny, had to be there. But it's what the main character says in the stand-up comedian movie that I wrote. And the movie's not called the stand-up comedian movie, I'm just not saying the title. But basically this is what this guy says the first time he goes on stage. So, I'm not that popular of a guy, but last Friday night, I went to the gas station with my friend, Mr. Kim. And now Mr. Kim is this buff-looking Asian guy who might be autistic. I'm not too sure, but it doesn't even matter because he's my friend. So we walk into the gas station, and I fart. And it starts to smell, but I don't really think much about it. And then this woman goes, do you realize how disgusting that is? And I'm like, oh shoot. I've been caught with my silent but deadly fart. So, as I get ready to formulate a response and apologize, because it smells, she turns to Mr. Kim, who she sees cutting his fingernails with nail clippers that are for sale near the hot dog roller machine. He's like, ugh. And she goes off on him, and I'm like, huh? And she's going off on him. I just left the hospital with my daughter because she got a bacteria infection on a playground, and here I am watching a grown-ass man cut his fingernails with nail clippers that are for sale. And there's all this commotion. And she looks over to the employee who looks like he hates his life, and he goes, she's basically suggesting, do something. And he goes, you couldn't have just bought the fingernail clippers? And he holds up his hand, and his nails are really, really, really long. And so meanwhile, Mr. Kim's putting the nail clippers back, and the lady's going, don't put them back, don't take them out, take them out. And I'm just standing there like, and so Mr. Kim goes back in, and he's trying to find, he's trying to find the nail clippers that he used to cut his fingers. And he doesn't know which one they are because he wears glasses and he can't really see that well. And I know which one's there because he's got really greasy fingers, and there's this one nail clipper that just is like covered in grease. And he gets all flustered and he grabs the wrong one and he storms out. And I follow him and I'm laughing my ass off. And he's just punching me in the parking lot. And yeah, that's basically the story. Terrible story. And yeah, that is the first story, which doesn't even have a joke in it, that the main character says in the stand-up comedian movie. And although there's no jokes, he progressively, without giving away too many details, gets a little better and a little better at stand-up comedy. But as funny as the movie is, it's going to lift the human spirit of every movie lover. And so, yeah, I wrote a stand-up comedian movie, and if you want to follow my journey to see if I can bring it to theaters, cool. If not, oh well. I'll get it done anyways. Hopefully. Anyways, yeah, thanks for listening to this random video. Subscribe or don't. But yes, a stand-up comedian movie has been written, and I'm giving it all I have to try to bring it to the theaters, because the stand-up comedy community is going to be like, wow, that is so accurate, and this movie is so hilarious. But every movie lover, every movie fan is going to be like, wow, that was a really really funny movie, but a really good movie. Thanks for watching.